Strong husbands make strong fathers. Strong fathers make strong families. Strong families make strong churches. Therefore, if we're going to have a strong church, we must have strong families. And strong families, because strong families have strong fathers. Strong fathers mean that they are strong husbands. Strong men become strong husbands. And because they are strong men, they evidently have been taught basic biblical principles. Therefore, they learn and understand the role of a good father. There are fathers, all types of fathers. There are good fathers, there are bad fathers. There are fathers that falls in the middle. There are fathers that know the role of a father and does it well. There are so many times that we look at fathers and we do not think so much of fathers many times as we think into mothers. Simply because sometimes that some fathers neglect their job and their duty, and we want to put all of them in the same basket. The Proverbs say, "Hear ye children, the instruction of a father, and attend to know understanding." The word has spoken it, but I wonder who is listening to what the word is saying. We hear not just only with our ears, but what the word is saying that we hear also through understanding. We hear by exemplifying what we have learned that is best for us through examples. And it is through examples that our children see and determine whether we are good fathers or not. So therefore, when we start talking about good fathers, we're talking about fathers that have learned how to love their children. How to love their children and care for their children. Because if a father loves their child, they're going to see to it that that child is provided for. They're going to see to it that that child needs are being met. Not leaving it and relying upon the mother to take care of it. But we must understand that the father has a role to carry out. The Bible talks to us in the Old Testament and the New Testament and shares with us and let us know that the father should be and is named to be the head of the family. It's his responsibility to see to it that that family is provided for. All of his needs, whether it is spiritually or whether it is naturally. All of the needs should hang on the shoulder of the father. And it hangs on it because the father has learned to love the child and the family. That love is exemplified by him understanding biblical principles. Because God is love. If that love of God is transmitted into the hearts of the man likewise will love his family. He will learn how to teach them good principles. Starting at birth, letting them know by precepts and example that it is the way of the Lord, teaching them biblical principles. We must understand that although a child may be just a baby, but at the time that it is born, it should be our responsibility and our thoughts in mind that this child one day is going to grow up, is going to be a man. And when it should be able to take on a man's responsibility and a man's role in our society. There is no time to waste in between in raising that child and providing for it, because one day that father, that mother should expect that child to leave from their home and go and establish another home, another family, because that is how God intended for it to be. Because the Lord said, therefore shall a man leave his mother and father and cleave unto his wife, and they two shall become as one. And then a family, another family, should begin from there. Fathers must realize that in providing for them, they must provide for them by precepts and example, giving them the latitude to be able to make decisions on their own. Making decisions, we must understand they're going to make some mistakes. But we should be there to be able to guide them when they make those mistakes, to put them back on the right track. We must be able to let them know that they have a role to play. And that role in which they have to play, sometimes they want to make unwise decisions. We all make unwise decisions sometime or another in our lives. But we have to live with the decision that we make. If it's a bad decision, we have to suffer the consequences. But if it's a good decision, we can enjoy the benefits thereof. Somebody tell the Lord, thank you. We must also realize that in making the mistakes, we are there to guide them, to correct them, and to give them the right directions. So therefore, it behooves us to be wise as a parent, as a father, to guide them to make good decisions. So many fathers today in our society, we find that they are leaving their mother with the responsibility to take care of the child. You got to be a bad father that would be a deadbeat, that will not take care of the child and provide for himself. If you have the ability to, and you have the audacity to be able to birth a child into the world, then you should have the gumption to be able to see to it that that child is provided for. Child is able to eat, able to have clothes, able to grow up until they're able to take care of themselves. The impact that a father has on a child's life will last them for a lifetime. And they will never forget what a father has done for them. In our text on today, in the book of St. Luke, we find a son and we find a father. This father had two sons, but one of the sons got a little rushing in life. And we find that in life that sometimes young people get to the point that they feel grown before their time. You know, they don't want to live under mother and father rules any longer. They say, I'm grown and I can take care of myself. But sometimes we know that they're saying they're too young. But yet you have to give them latitude to be able to make some of those decisions. But myself, I indicate to them, if you feel that you're man enough to go, then go ahead. But you have to take care of yourself. Somebody tell the Lord, thank you. This young man, the Bible tells us, was the youngest one in the family. But he prematurely decided that he wanted to leave home. So he went to his father, told his father, Father, I want you to give me the portion of my good. And I want to take off and I want to do what I want to do. The father, no doubt, had known that he had given him instructions in life, had given him the opportunity to make decisions. told his son, go ahead and I'll give you the portion that belongs to you. The son took the portion. The Bible tells us in his immaturity, went out into a foreign country. There he began to waste his substance, spend his money unwisely, forgot about those things that Father had taught him, said that I'm going to do my own thing. Yes, sir. You know how it is. Somebody told you that, no doubt. You know that they're making the wrong mistake, but let them go ahead. And he said that when he went out and began to flash his money, no doubt he had a lot of friends at that particular time. Friends are many when you have money to give them. But when your money gets low, then your friends will get few. Friends began to get few when he spent all. The Bible said that he spent all that he had. And when he spent all that he had, he began to be in want. He wanted for himself. He needed food to eat. His clothes, no doubt, got a little ragged. No doubt he went to his friends, and those same friends that he had given money to and had a good time with, they decided that they didn't want to be his friends anymore, because he began to be a liability rather than an asset. So then the man said, I got to do something. The Bible declared and said, then he came to himself. When he went to the point that he got hungry. And out in the field there he had learned, no doubt, how to work. But in his working, he remembered that his father had fed the hogs. The hogs had eaten the slop, the waste that came from the table. Looked at the waste and decided that he would eat some of the wasted food. But then he came to himself. And sometimes, love, in life we have to come to ourselves. We have to come to ourselves and realize that I have made a mistake. But what happens to so many of us sometimes, when we make a mistake, we don't want to admit that we made a mistake and then correct it. But this young man said that I got to do something about my mistake. I know that my daddy back home, he has plenty on the table. Food to eat for everybody. Come on and tell the Lord thank you. The servants have plenty of food. Even food to give to the hogs. I believe I'll come to myself. And I believe I'll go back home. And I'm going to have a talk with my daddy. I'm going to tell him that I made a mistake. Tell him that I've done wrong. I left home a little too early. And I'm going to tell him I'm not worthy to be called his son. But I'm going to tell him I just want to be a high servant. One that's able to do work around the house so that I can have food on my table. Somebody tell the Lord thank you. And the Bible says he went back home. And while he was on his way back home, he said,